Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Rahul.
Let's wait for 5-10 minutes and then we can start our session.
Yes, sir. Rahul, it's meanwhile, yesterday's session could you share in your YouTube channel, Octa Network YouTube channel? Otherwise, how it possible to share with us?
Your voice is breaking. Can you please repeat it again? Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Rahul.
Yes.
Yes, Rahul.
Okay, thank you. Let's wait for more participants.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Pooja Surana. I want to ask one question. This Fortinet, can we do the certificate?
Yes. You can do
Sir,
the
and
certification.
one request was there. I want yesterday's session recording.
Yeah, we
Can
are
we?
arranging it. We will let you know soon.
Okay. Very,
Okay.
thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Welcome. So as you asked the question, Pooja,
Yes, sir.
yes, there are levels of NSE certification, right? Basically,
Okay.
in older days there were like 8 level of certifications. Nowadays, it is like fundamental, associate, professional, solution specialist, and expert. So, for an expert exam, you need to give a set of exams to get elected to give an expert exam. For example, when we do CCIE, we need to do CCNA or CCNP to appear for
Yes,
CCI, right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one
Actually, sir,
more question I have. Can I ask?
Yes. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, I want to give CCI lab exam. So that classes are available for a CCI labs means any voucher or something.
Yes. Labs are available. Also, classes are available.
Because
We
my
do boot camp.
CCNA, CCNP
Yes.
certification I have done. I have completed my CCI Encore written exam, but just
Okay.
lab exam is remaining.
Okay.
So, sir, actually, I want voucher or some boot camp so I can, because I have validity till 3 November 2024.
3 November 2024.
So, I need
Okay.
help for, yes, sir, because I
Which
get
track you are
4 years of
giving?
validity.
Which
Sir,
track you are
enterprise,
preparing for?
infrastructure.
Enterprise.
Eh,
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
So I need help in that.
Okay, do one thing. Drop your
Yes, sir.
drop your number and email ID in the chat box. I will forward it to my team. They will contact you
Okay,
soon.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Sir, one more question. Can I ask?
Yes, 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 yes. Of course.
Uh, sir, actually, Fortinet is more preferable for salary or CCI.
In terms of salary, both are same, I can say,
Sir, and
because
in market, which demand is more? Means at CCI or this Fortinet?
uh, we can say it's equal in the market because Cisco is from long time, right? As well as FortiGate. But still, there are many companies which have already made their data centers on the basis of Cisco devices. Nowadays, what's happening is there are certain companies which are migrating to FortiGate. So there, you get availability of the jobs in FortiGate. If your company is getting migrated to FortiGate, but if you have data centers which are based on Cisco devices, then yes, it's equally distributed in the market.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Sir, can we get tomorrow, yesterday class recording?
We are arranging. We will let you know soon. We will share you the link. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Because sir, we are doing jobs, so someday we will miss the class, so it need to be recorded.
Yeah, yeah. I will make sure. Okay. Don't worry.
Sir, I have shared my number in chat box, number and email ID.
Can you please, sir, share the course outline for the FortiGate firewall we are going to cover in this course?
Yes, yes. Of course. Wait a moment. We'll start our lecture. Please share your details with your country code. Thank you.
Sir, please give a brief summary on previous class, yesterday class, because we missed it.
Yes, of course. We'll start with it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So as you all know, yesterday we studied about introduction on firewall. Right? Can anybody tell me what is firewall? Anyone?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically a set of rules which handle like outbound traffic to coming inbound traffic.
Yes. Good. Anyone else?
Yes, sir. Sir, firewall is a hardware and software base which inspect your traffics on the basis of our rules and policies from incoming and outgoing traffic.
Great. Thank you. So basically, what firewall does is in networking, we use it as a barrier to save our organization from outbound attacks. Right? So basically, firewalls can be software, hardware, or combination of both. Firewall basically works on layer 3 and layer 4 of OSI model. Layer 3 is the network layer where IP works, and layer 4 is the transport layer where TCP and UDP functions. Many firewalls today can also understand layer 7 of the OSI model, right? Hello Daniel, we are working on it. We will let you know soon about the link. So we also learned about the types of firewalls yesterday, which are packet firewall, packet filtering firewall, proxy firewall, and next generation firewall, right? So packet filtering firewall basically works as a access list that we use in our routers. Packet filtering is a firewall technique used to control network access by monitoring outgoing and incoming packets and allowing them to pass or halt because of the source and destination internet protocols addresses. So proxy firewall. Proxy firewall, a firewall in a network security system that protects untrusted untrusted network from a trusted network. It means it creates a barrier between untrusted users and trusted users. For example, if someone is using web server which is situated inside the LAN, so what firewall will do is firewall create a bridge between the web server and the outside user. So with the help of that, we can safeguard our LAN network, which basically means that we are not exposing our LAN network and we are working significantly with the web server and the out user, right? So the next topic over here is next generation firewall that we studied earlier, that we studied yesterday. So basically nowadays, next generation firewall used in every single infrastructure or industry, you can say. So what the work of next generation firewall is, it it helps in deep packet inspection. For example, if there is a malicious file coming from untrusted user, it also checks what's inside the data packet. Either it has Trojan, malware, or any worms included with it, so that it will also check which set of rules that we have configured on the firewall, and hence bringing intelligence. It also uses intrusion prevention and bringing intelligence from outside the firewall. So we studied yesterday about what is next generation firewalls. So there are basically two types of generation firewalls: standalone firewalls and next generation firewalls. By what standalone, we mean that for every particular security domain, we will have a different set of device. For example, firewall VPN, we will have a single device for just firewall and VPN. For intrusion prevention, we will have a single device. For web proxy, antivirus, web filter, sandbox, etc. Right? But what happens in next generation firewall is that certain domains are mixed up in a single firewall. Over here, if our infrastructure needs firewall, VPN, app control, intrusion prevention, or antivirus, we can purchase only that set of license and we can continue with using the firewall. So let's move forward with our new topics for today, which is stateful and stateless firewall. Can anybody tell me what is stateless firewall?
A firewall that does not maintain a table, I will say. When a connection moves from the inside to the outside, it does not maintain the connection state. So it's called a stateless firewall.
Yes, you are right. Anyone else?
Yeah, sir, thank you. Actually,
Welcome.
stateful means the firewall which maintain the state table. That table
Yes.
contain of incoming, outgoing. Okay, that allow based on the policy that is stateful firewalls, and the stateless who does not maintain uh, any table, that like a flat firewall who does not
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
anything. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. So basically, what stateless firewall means is stateless firewalls make decisions based on individual packets, which means it in isolation. They do not maintain a state table or any data about active connections. So what happens here is, if we want to send packet from source to destination, which is our outbound traffic, so it will think of as a single entity. For him, this is a route from A to B, right? For B to A means the reverse form. In reverse form, when stateless firewall will check whether it is inbound or outbound. When outbound traffic is gone, it will think of it as a new entity. So what it will do is it will check with the rules that is it accepted or is it denied. So if the packet is denied, then it will not go inside. But here the problem is with stateless firewall is that when we send A to B, right? When we ping from A to B, the ping should be replied from B to A, right? But here what happens is, if ping is A to B is right, but B to A is not right, not going. So here, this is the biggest drawback of stateless firewalls. So how does the session handling works in stateless firewall? Let us understand this. No memory of past interactions. Each packet is treated as an independent entity without regard to any preceding packets. So it basically don't have any connection tracking. Does not keep track of active connections or sessions. So how does the decision making of stateless firewall works? Can anyone?
It will have explicitly an ACL or I mean a policy for the return traffic.
Yes. Yes, right. Implicit deny, right? So basically, here how the decision making process work is based purely on static rules defined by the engineer. Okay, so here we have to give all the rules statically, means we have administrator have to give the rules to the router or the firewall, whatever the device we are using for as a firewall over here, right? For example, we are using Fortinet, so the administrator will feed up the rules in the policy tab, and he will mention all the things for A to B. For example, let's take a example of A to B. I have to send ICMP packet, right? So what I will do is ping uh, source will be A, rule will be ICMP enabled, B will be the destination port, and in return we have also have to give another rule that B is the source, ICMP packets are enabled, and A is the destination, which means over here we have to use multiple rules conversion for single conversion between these two devices, right? So wait a minute. Yes, sorry for waiting. Can anybody tell me advantages of stateless firewall? Anyone?
Sorry, sir. Your question is what is the advantage of stateless firewall?
Stateless firewall, yes.
This is definitely there are no advantages of stateless firewall. That's why it has become stateless.
Yes, you are right.
It was previously used for the security purpose.
Yes.
Where there was no alternative like the stateful and the next generation firewall. So it
Yes.
is old technology, I will say.
Yes, you are right. So can you let me know some disadvantages of it?
Yes, you have to maintain the policy, or the policy will be maintained by the administrators. So it add an extra overhead for each traffic that's going from the inside to the outside and the outside to the inside. So extra overhead.
Yes. Right. Let's move towards the stateful firewall. So here, let's take an example. Let's use the scenario. Okay. With a stateful firewall, once the user request to the server is allowed and noted in the state table. Once the user makes a connection with the web server, the session is maintained in a session table. right? Which will basically work with stateful firewalls. Over here, what we have to do is we have to make a single policy. Over here means a single set of rules has to be configured on the firewall, which will also send and receive packets. The same rule will be applied over here in stateful firewalls. So the session handling basically works over here like it tracks every single connection that is happening over the firewall from source to destination. Remembers every details, active connections such as IP addresses, port number, protocols, sequence number, and additional data, right? It also monitors the state of each sessions, recognizes the various stages of a connection. Example, initiation, establishment, and termination. So here the stateful table maintains a session for a time limit which is decided by the administrator or by default, which is in the firewall. Over here, the most important benefit of stateful firewall is that we have to the administrator have to configure less rules and he can save more time with the help of stateful firewalls. In nowadays, every single infrastructure and organizations are using stateful firewalls. Stateful firewalls. So, what are the advantages of stateful firewalls? Can anyone?
Maintain the state of the table or maintain the connection for each packet that's going from the inside to the
Okay.
outside and the outside to the inside.
Inside. Yes, right. Anyone else?
Same that it is maintain the session table that we come to know that the source
Okay.
and destination, the start of. Actually, one more, sir, I have a question to you that
Yes.
this stateful and stateless.
Okay.
Imagine that I'm going to purchase a firewall, okay, for my organization. So
Yes.
how would I know that which is it mentioned on draft or I'm sorry, actually I don't know.
Yes.
This is little bit. So how do I know that it is stateful and stateless? Is it a speech?
When you go to purchase a firewall, you will
Okay.
have some instructions, right?
Right.
Right. You need a certain Gbps of throughput. You need some bandwidth, and you need the stateful or
Right.
stateless firewall, right?
Right.
So the seller will always ask what you need. You need stateful or stateless. What is the session maintenance of your infrastructure, right? It depends on what you say or what
See,
you ask.
I'm familiar with this Fortinet F200. I think the
Yes.
model is F200. Okay, I worked over.
Yes.
But F200, I never seen such a feature that whether it's stateful or stateless. I don't
Nowadays
find
in market, maximum firewalls are stateful.
stateful. So
Yes.
stateless is actually it's a backdated.
Yes. It's a backdated just for the concept.
No, just for the concept.
Yes. Nowadays it's just for the concept. Backdated it was used.
I'm sorry,
but then it was discontinued.
little longer time I'm discussing.
No. It's okay.
Thank you. Now I'm clear. Okay, I got it.
Okay. So now let's compare both of them. So let's talk about their efficiency first. In stateful, what it does is it automatically recognize and allow written traffic for established session. requiring fewer rules. For example, in stateless, we have to make many rules for a reverse packet. In stateful, we just have to make a single rule, and it also works for reverse packet too. But what, right? In security, okay. Let's talk about the security of stateful and stateless firewall. Stateful.
Sir, 1 minute. Sorry, sir, to interrupt.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can we say that stateful firewall is a connection-oriented firewall, and
Yes.
stateless is connection-oriented firewall, connectionless.
Connectionless.
Oriented firewall. Yes, connectionless.
Yes, connectionless.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
So we may consider like this TCP and UDP, right?
Yes, you're right. Let me complete, and then you can ask me questions. Thank you. So we were talking about the security of stateless and stateful firewalls, right? So here, stateful firewall is more secure than stateless firewall because it recognizes incoming packets and ongoing legitimate sessions or an unsolicited and potentially malicious request. In stateless, what happens is stateless is first of all less secure as it lacks the context about ongoing. Stateless firewalls are exposed to spoofing such as DHCP spoofing, DNS spoofing, etc. So let's understand about the complexity of stateful and stateless firewalls. So the complexity of stateful firewall we can say is might require more advanced configuration initially in stateful, but stateless potentially similar to setup initially, especially in environments with predictable traffic patterns. Over here, what it is saying is that we have to make initial configurations. We have to make advanced initial configurations in stateful, but not in stateless, right? So, in most modern environments, stateful firewalls are preferred due to their enhanced security, while stateless are not used nowadays in the infrastructure. Right. So let's see some devices of FortiGate firewalls. So here are some models which firewall produces. Okay, there are three ranges: high end, which is for data center; mid range, which is for campus; and entry level, which is for small offices. So here you can see that they have data sheet. So what features we will get, or the whole information about the FortiGate series, right? The threat protection. So here it means that the throughput of this generation of firewall is 2.2 gigabytes per second. So here it means that it can maintain most number of sessions in your infrastructure on branch level, entry level. But when you go on a mid-range, which is basically a campus, a wide area campus, like your school colleges have, right? Here, as you can see, 200F, right? You were talking about this 200F model.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have asked you 200F, right?
Yes, 200F. Here it is mentioned. Okay. So here FortiGate have models until 900G, which basically means that it has increased throughput with the serial number increases. It also have datasheets all over so that you can download and read what the datasheet includes, right? So it has AI ML security and deep visibility. The FortiGate 9000 series next generation firewall combines AI powered security. So AI is used now. AI is being used in firewalls too to secure the infrastructure more. get
I
deeper
have one
visibility.
question. Sorry,
Yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
What about the threat protection until 20 GB?
Threat protection.
Yes.
It depends upon your sessions. This is basically your bandwidth, right?
Yes. Okay.
So firewall will also have, when packets travel through firewall, it also checks about the threats, right?
Okay.
For example, 20 Gbps is your threat protection bandwidth, right?
Okay.
So it will somewhere it will maintain around 1 lakh sessions per second. It can maintain 1 lakh sessions per second. So what happens over here is it can detect threads in all the sessions concurrently per second. Here it detects that.
And it's mean this bandwidth until the 20 GB port they will protect. What about the after 20 GB?
Yeah, it depends about upon your configuration, how you configure it, right? When you buy a firewall, the most important thing you see is how big is your infrastructure. You always keep some spare threat protection gigabytes. For example, if your infrastructure needs 30 GB of threat protection, right? So what you will do over here is you will set up 2 or more firewalls.
This
2 or
need
3
be this need to be calculated by configuration, or it will be automatically work on it.
No, you can calculate it about your infrastructure, what is going to be used. For example, there are 3 main things which works in an infrastructure: voice, video, and data, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So you mean that this is concurrent bandwidth, concurrent
Yes.
session
Concurrent session bandwidth.
session. That means that if I have a this, let's say 1000K session, 1 lakh, that means that if it
Yes.
is 20 Gbps concurrent session can handle by this model.
Yes.
So if someone already asking, if it is exited, that if it is 25 or 30, then I have to add another appliances for this. Definitely I have to
Yes, you
plan
have.
for another.
Yes. Or
So
what
this
you
is the
can do
limited
is you can take an high-end device
high-end
which will have
device. Yeah,
more
right.
throughput, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Actually, it is depend on the size of infrastructure and the traffic volume, everything.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Rahul.
Yes. So here, what is common?
So the threat
Yes.
protection also means to up to protect this size DDoS attack.
Yes, it will handle DDoS attack.
Okay, thanks.
All of that cybersecurity attacks that are been happening over the years is all supported by the firewalls today. They are all updated daily, right? So basically, what is common in Cisco and FortiGate is that they have wide range of devices. For example, Cisco have APs, ASAs, WSAs, all that things, right? FortiGate also have all that devices. So when we can make a data center with all the devices of Cisco, we can also make a data center with all the devices of FortiGate, from servers, switches, firewalls, and we can say that power over Ethernet switches and web filtering appliance, etc. Right? So let's head towards our types of cybersecurity threats which can happen. Give me a minute. Yes. So, what are cyber security threats? Can anyone help me with that?
Which can harm your asset. Asset can be anything that is meaningful to your organization.
Okay. Anyone else?
Actually, cybersecurity threat means it is potential attack that might can happen to our organization. Anything, I mean,
Yes, yes.
any kind of threats can be
Yes,
happen
it can
to
be ransomware, spyware, right?
ransomware. Yeah, any type of attacks can be
Yes.
attack to our
Okay.
organization like this.
So, let's start with
And
malware. Okay. Yes.
yeah, any devices connected in our network infrastructure must be have the threats of these malwares, viruses, and Trojan horses. So need
Yes.
to be protected on the under cybersecurity threats.
Yes, yes, right. Thank you. So, malware, where what we can say is that malware is a term that describes malicious software. So, here, when we install something from over the internet, we we visit torrents and all that stuff for downloading pirated softwares and websites. But what happens over there is we also get a malware with the with attached to the file we have downloaded, but there is no trace of that malware. When we install it, it gets installed on our system invisibly so that we will not know that there is malware in our system, right? But in the terms of firewall, what happens over here is when we are going towards we are heading towards a website or we download some files, firewall will check for the malware if it is present or not, and it will give us the error that this file is this file has malware, right? So what we does is we don't install that and we delete it right at that time. So here, can anyone help me with virus? What is virus?
Virus is separating the spotting of malwares in our
Okay,
system or infrastructure
okay,
and corrupt our operating system mostly.
yes, yes, right. So virus are one of the most common forms of malware, right? Viruses are most common nowadays. We have viruses in all our systems, infrastructures, organizations, etc., which basically gets to us via some files or anything that we download from our website, right? From the web. They quickly spread through the computer systems to affect the performance of our computer. It slows down all our devices and it also corrupts our files and prevent them from opening up. So what attackers does is they embed malicious code within an option inside an executable file and wait for the users to execute it. Sometimes we download something, uh, for example, you can say for a movie. If you open it, what happens is your system starts lagging down, your system starts hanging. So when you check your if you don't have antivirus, it will not check and it will directly run. But if you have an antivirus in your system, it will prevent it from opening. It will detect that there is some virus in your system, right? So let's head to our next topic, Trojan horses. Has anyone heard this? Heard about Trojan horses?
Yeah, I heard the name of the Trojan horses, but I
Okay.
don't know how it activated, how it attack to
Okay, I will let you know.
how it behave.
Yes. So, Trojan horses basically appears as a legitimate software which ensures they are frequently accepted onto users' devices. What Trojan does is it creates a backdoor that allows other malicious or viruses or spywares to access the device. Because Trojans are very hard to distinguish whether they are legitimate or they are duplicate, right? You will not you will never understand that the file you have downloaded it has Trojan with it. Because Trojans can be very hard to distinguish, right, from legitimate softwares. It's sometimes best to prevent employees from installing any kind of softwares on their computers without guidance. You must have seen some infrastructures, they have blocked websites, several websites such as Facebook, or they have stopped you from watching YouTube videos or downloading stuff, right? So why they prevent this is because there are many softwares which seems to be legitimate, but they are not. They have some viruses included in them, right? Basically, what we must do is to prevent Trojan horses is that if we want to download something, we should download that file particularly from their official website so that we don't get any virus or Trojan horses in it. It can be anything, for example, right? It can be anything. So let's go to our next topic, spyware. So spyware hides on a computer to track user activity and collect information without their knowledge. So it is a kind of software or a virus which is installed and working in your background, which will eventually collect all the information of user who is using the laptop, and it will start sharing it to the person who have executed the file, right? So here all your passwords, sessions, everything you are doing on your laptop is shared with the user, the person who have inserted the spyware on your computer. This allows this also allows attackers to collect sensitive data such as your credit card number, your passwords, your bank details, etc. Right? Nowadays you know that scams are going on Telegram. Scan the QR code and your account will blow out. Boom. Has anyone faced this? Scams? Anyone?
Not.
Okay. Okay, great. You are lucky then. Ransomware. So let's go to our next topic, ransomware. Everyone must be knowing this topic, right?
Yes.
Yes? Can anyone help me with it? Ransomware?
A type of ransomware is a type of malware which prevents you from accessing your device and the data stored on it,
Yes,
usually
yes.
by encrypting your files, mostly.
Yes. So what happens basically in ransomware is that all that when you download a malicious files from a user or a salesperson that you meet online, so he will say that download the software and you will get unlimited money on mining Bitcoin, etc., etc. But when you install the software, what he does is he locks certain files in an encrypted format that can only be opened by himself and not any other software. So it also pops up a error message that you are being hacked, and if you want your files back, you can send me $1,000 or etc. any amount they can ask for, right?
Yes, like robbery.
Yes, yes. It's like you can say internet robbery or online robbery,
Yes.
which is quite famous these days. So what happens here is ransomware involves attackers blocking or locking access to data, then demanding a fee to restore access. Yes, each ransom attack has to be handled differently. For example, while it's always a good idea to contact authorities, in some cases you may be able to find a decryption key on your own, or a cybersecurity insurance policy may provide you with a financial parachute. Nowadays, there are many insurance policies going on, life insurance, medical insurance, right? Nowadays, we also have insurances on cyber threats. We have insurances on floods, fire, right? For our infrastructure or our organizations. There are certain ransomware decryption keys that we find online easily, but there are certain keys that are made by the user and which are really hard to crack. Like they will take ages to crack the number, crack the uh, crack the code, right? And we are unable to trace them where they are or what they do. Basically, they are doing hacking, but still we can't find them, right?
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but can I request you one thing?
Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat spyware because my internet connection was gone out now.
Okay.
So I can't hear properly. Sir, can you please repeat?
Yes, yes, yes. So, spyware is basically a software which is working in background, which is collecting all the user information. For example, your Facebook ID, your bank details, your passwords, etc. And they all are forwarded to the person who have executed the file on your system, right? So this is the primary work which spyware does on our systems. Anything else? Anyone
Sir,
have any
only
questions?
for spyware because it was happened to me of spyware. This thing is happened with me.
Okay. Spyware.
Yes, sir. And a very bad experience means my bank account details also. Lots of fraud things happen with me.
Okay.
So, sir, actually, I want to ask in our cell, is something is there that they can see means she have turned
Your
on
voice
my
is
camera on.
breaking. Can you repeat it again?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Sir, actually, मेरे साथ ऐसे
Your voice is breaking. You can comment in the chat box, right? You can ask your question in the chat box.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You must use an antivirus, a good antivirus, or you should stop downloading things from untrusted sites. Always use VirusTotal to scan your files you have downloading. Basically, I don't use Kaspersky so I don't know about it. I use Quick Heal antivirus. Anyone having another questions? You must go and ask some professional person so that they can help you with it. You can consult to your local vendors who repairs all these things. They will also help you with it. They know how to safeguard your laptop and your
Sir,
tab.
I have a question.
Or else, wait a minute. Or else you can do is format format your laptop and tab so that all the data is gone. Also the spyware viruses are gone. Right? Yes, you can ask now. Milton, I am using Nikhil.
So how is Microsoft Defender antivirus? How do you rate it?
No, I haven't used it. I use less. Likely I don't use firewalls nowadays, but I'm using it as I have to use my laptop under the organization, right?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. What do you need my help with? I don't know how to close. Can you please help me that? What you want to close?
Sir, actually, she have on my tab cameras and as well as step recorder in security settings. But I don't know. Means I have searched many times, but I don't know how to off the cameras and how to off the tape recorder which she have put. Actually, she have rooted my cell also.
Okay.
So I am not getting how to secure my cell, as well as she have hacked my Cisco account also. And on the behalf of the candidate, she have given on my name, she have given the CCI lab exam. And she
Okay.
haven't did any of the single certificate. So I am in lots of tension and worries. So literally you are means helping me. So I ask what to do.
What you can do is you can also talk with Cisco. They will also help you out in these decisions. As you have done
Uh,
CCA, right? CCA and
yes, sir.
CCNP you have done, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can launch a ticket in Cisco. They will help you out with it.
Sir, actually, she have tie up with Cisco and even she have merged my account.
You must talk with Cisco. Only Cisco can help you now. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Wait a minute, guys. I will be back in 5. Okay? I will be back in 5 minutes. Till then, if you have any questions, message me in the chat box. I will reply when I come back. Sorry guys, kept you waiting. I was checking with the server so that we can share you, I can show you how the firewall GUI looks and how we can configure to access the GUI. So let's keep a session tomorrow. I will show you how to install firewall and EVNG, an emulated environment where which we will use to access our firewall, right? I will make sure I will share you all the files by tomorrow in the afternoon. So what you have to
So can
do
we
is
have the
you
recording
have
of the
to
session?
install VMware Workstation. I will show you. So what you have to do is you have to install VMware Workstation Community Edition, or you can say free version of it, and you can all and with that you have to install EVNG. EVNG Community Edition. On on VMware Workstation you have to install this. Here you will find all the download links. You have to install this EVNG Community Edition full, right? Hello Abhishek. In organizations nowadays, there are firewalls as well as antivirus, both are used, right? They both have their own they have their own expertise. As we can say that firewalls works on infrastructure level and antivirus works on a device level. That every device, if we have 100 devices, we will install antivirus on all the devices. But for in case of firewalls, what we do over here is we install the firewall on infrastructure basis in in our data center so that we can secure our whole office network, right? I will share you the download link on the group. I would say that use VMware Workstation 17. Okay.
So can we have the
Wait a
recording of
minute.
the
I will
session?
post that link in the chat box so that you can download. This is for EVNG. So you can download Fusion or normal Workstation. But I would really prefer you that you download Workstation. Yes, Pura, I'm working on it. I will let you know soon how I will share you the recorded lectures. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Do we also need
Wait a minute, guys. I will share you the VMware workstation in some time. Okay. Tomorrow we will know how to install the firewall, how to do the configuration, and how to access the GUI of the firewall, right? Any questions so that you can ask, and then we can end our session.
Hi sir, do you also need FortiGate software to be installed on EVNG or on VMware?
FortiGate firewall we will execute on we will set up it on VMware workstation, right? It needs minimum resources such as 8 GB RAM is also enough for it. So you can install it on your laptop and use it smoothly.
So can you also please share the link how we can download the FortiGate software?
Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
How we can defend our firewalls for cyber threat actors? Because you, I think, heard about the cyber threat actors also find some ways to test the firewalls.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
How,
Hope you have a
how
great
we
evening.
can defend?
Okay.
What?
I have
So
a
we end our
question. Sorry,
session
I
over
forgot
here.
to ask.
Let's meet tomorrow for the installation process of EVNG workstation and also our firewall, right? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. It was a great session. Thanks a lot.